Have you seen the disgusting photo of Sebastian Stan as Donald Trump in the new film that's coming out?
I didn't think you could make Sebastian Stan look that bad, but my gosh.
He doesn't really look like Trump either. He just looks...
No, that's right. He just looks like a blonde orange man, which on paper, yeah, but... Imagine putting Donald Trump in Civil War, Captain America Civil War, like...
What character? Where does he place as Bucky?
Yeah, if you replaced Trump with, and then because that's some weird
scenes.
That's some interesting political commentary as well from Kevin Feige there, because if Captain America, someone who's so intrinsically American, standing up and protecting Donald Trump, that would be
wow.
Yeah,
Kevin Feige really said something when he casted Donald Trump as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, mad.
Can you do an impression for us?
Okay. Tony, I did not kill your parents. I did not. It's fake news. It's fake news. Okay. There's a lot of people out there saying that I
need all those Infinity Stones.
There's a lot of people out there saying they don't like my metal arm. It's not true. I like it a lot.
I think they're just being prejudiced.
It's a very normal sized arm, normal sized hands. Hello and welcome to Movie On Up, episode 17, with your hosts Adam Barlow
and me, Alfie Walker.
How are you doing, listeners? I am recovering from my cold that I had last week. I've got a lozenge in my mouth, so if you hear clicking and clacking, it's just a lemon lozenge swirling around my mouth. Yeah. Which is a gorgeous image for you all.
We are in the studio. It's bright and early. It's 10:30.
Bright and early.
We've been here for an hour and a half just chatting. And today we are going to be talking about two films. Adam popped to the cinema to see Civil War, the new film by Alex Garland. And then I caught the Netflix original Scoop. We're going to be talking about both of those. Quite a journalism-themed episode for you, because these are rather relevant to us. I didn't really realise that Scoop would focus so much on the journalism side, but we'll talk about them more in a minute. We've also got a couple of games, and we're going to have a little bit of film chat, I think.
Michael Caine might be there later as well. But
if the taxi arrives in time.
Yeah. It's up for debate at the moment. So, should we talk some film news first?
Yeah, okay.
There was a big convention.
What was it
called?
CinemaCon 2024.
Okay, nice, yeah.
It's where all of the studios basically announce all their stuff, I believe.
Okay.
I can't find a comprehensive list online, I won't lie. I don't know if you want to have a little Google while we're looking.
I did see a tweet this morning that said, this is a hilarious image, and it was of Kevin Feige standing on a stage, and it had the timeline, I think, of the releases this year. And they were all sequels, or...
Yeah.
It was. I'm not really sure what they.
So from
particularly
pretty sure every single studio, there was not a single original film announced.
Wow. Okay.
Not just Disney. It was just absolutely. I think there was. Yeah, obviously there was the odd one, but overall there was like sequel, reboot, sequel, and even like reboots of stuff that you don't want. Like Scary Movie, they're making a reboot of that. Like, okay. One of my most anticipated films of the year has been pushed back a whole year, Adam. Saw 11 has been pushed back an entire year.
Wow, really?
Which is insane amount of time.
One thing that has dropped off the radar as well is, I forgot to say on the podcast, but a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, there was footage of Tom Cruise in London, I think, doing a stunt, of course he was, for Mission Impossible 8.
Yeah.
Which is a film I'm very excited for. I'm sure at one point or at one stage or another they were going to have it follow a year later, like Spider-Verse. Obviously Spider-Verse pushed back
to it was
an indefinite date.
2.
Yeah, I'm convinced they were going to do it this year, but apparently not. But I'm very excited for when that comes out. I think it'll be good.
Adam's literally got his Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning jumper on as we.
I have. I didn't even register that. Yeah. Just in case you folks needed proof.
You were saying about the J.J. Abrams one that's been announced. That was a bit interesting.
Yes. So J.J. Abrams, there was a headline that I saw about his take. All right, just watch TikTok then while I'm talking. That's fine. I saw a headline this morning that said J.J. Abrams is doing a take on Back to the Future, and I instantly just let out like why? Thinking that it was a reboot. Having looked at it more, Timothée Chalamet is in rumours to do a film with J.J. Abrams that's about time travel, basically. So it's not, as far as I understand, it's not a reboot or anything, thankfully, because it's one of like the only 80s franchises that hasn't been walked over in its later life. But
yeah, there's a lot of those films, like those Steven Spielberg-esque films, I think that are all on the verge of definitely getting remakes, like Jaws, E.T., Gremlins, Goonies. I feel like they're all so close to being remade, and I don't want them to be, because as much as, like, you see what they do with Grogu in Mando with the puppets, and imagine how they do that with all the Gremlins. It would be great, but let's have something original. Come on.
Right.
Like.
I mean, here's the video I saw earlier, the photo rather. This is of the Walt Disney Studios theatrical release schedule for this year. So May 10th, you've got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, that's a fourth film in a...
So it's a reboot.
Already a reboot of a remake,
And it's a sort of...
And a sequel.
Return,
That's all three of them in one.
You've got May 31st, Young Woman in the Sea. I have no idea what that is.
No idea what that is.
It feels, I mean, just from the title, it has a similar, from the font and stuff, it has a similar feel to that film that Harrison Ford did with the dog on Disney Plus. It came out in lockdown.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Then you've got, this is funny, June 14th, Inside Out 2, and shortly after, June 21st, Kinds of Kindness by Yorgos Lanthimos, which of course they now own. Is it 20th Century Fox?
Yeah, Fox.
Yeah, something like that. Whatever it's called now. 20th Century Studios, that's it.
20th Century.
Deadpool and Wolverine, July 26th. Alien Romulus, August 16th. A Real Pain, October 18th. I'm not sure what that is, but...
No.
This release schedule, Moana 2, November 27th, which I'm very worried about. I put this on my story the other day. Because this, as far as I'm aware, they started doing this as a show for Disney Plus, and then we're like, hang on, we can turn this into a film. So it's going. I don't think it's going to have a very good sense of.
Is this cartoon, or is this
pacing.
the one that's like
this
live
is
action?
the sequel to the animated one.
Okay, so it's
still animated.
It's going to be awful then.
But I don't know why are they doing an animated sequel and a live action version so soon. Like, why are you announcing both of these things? I don't know why you're doing a live action one.
Money, Adam. That is exactly why.
I just think it's so daft. You built your company with animation, right? That is your forte. That is what you're known for. Why are you trying to do so much live action stuff that's always going to be worse? Like, the magic of it, like, people don't always want to see, with the exception of maybe my mum, because she's always like, oh, it's not one of those cartoon fake things, is it? I'm like, yes, mum, it's an animation. Sorry. I'm like, no, I only like it when there's real people.
Real people.
So I guess they're just, putting these out for my mum. But even
your
then,
mum isn't going to go watch
no.
it, is she? Like,
she did want to see The Little Mermaid, but I watched the original. I was like, watch this with me or mum, or walk out the lounge. And she walked out the lounge. So, and then you've got, finally to round out the year for Disney, December 20th, Mufasa, The Lion King.
What is that? It's the prequel, isn't it? What? No one's...
The Lion King already wasn't well received. That when was it? 2018?
Oh, yeah, 18,
2019?
Yeah, I think it's before lockdown, so...
It's kind of baffling, man. I don't like bashing on Disney because I feel like everyone's doing it at the moment about how they're sort of forcing diverse mixes of cast. I think that's great. They should absolutely carry on doing it. I think people are just overreacting to it. That is necessary, right? But there really is... I just feel like maybe they're doing it all too quick. And again, it wouldn't matter so much if they're doing original content because, taking stuff from people's past and childhoods, you're going to get money from nostalgia, right? That's a given. But you're also touching something that's inherently very close to people's hearts.
Yeah, totally.
So it can swing one of two ways. And then they're always surprised when there's a bit of backlash. I'm like, well, yeah, you can't have the 50% that are going to love it and then just pretend that the 50% that are going to hate this aren't there.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
It's always going to happen, no matter what franchise you pick up. The second you're like, right, I'll do this for nostalgia bait. Yeah, but you're also going to taint it for other people. So... yeah, it is such a seesaw that I think they're still not used to. I don't know why they keep trying to do it, but...
Should we quickly talk about the Joker Folie à Deux trailer as well?
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
That.
I feel like recently I've fallen a bit behind with trailers, but when I heard that there was a Joker Fully a Jew trailer coming out, I absolutely was on it on Twitter, waiting for it to drop. I think it looks absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Very, very good. My only worry with it is it looks quite similar to the first one. Obviously, you have Lady Gaga in there playing Harley Quinn, or I think probably a different take on it because she doesn't seem to be a psychiatrist in this film. She seems to be
an inmate in it, doesn't she?
Yeah. I do worry that maybe also they recreate literal shots from the first film, like with him running down the street and like the finger gun to the head. I do worry that it might be a little bit too narratively similar. But artistically, it looks great.
Yeah, like obviously insane. The shots in it are insane. The visuals. I'm worried about the music. I'm really wondered how it's no one asked for it, did they? Like for the first film, everyone went and saw it. To be honest, didn't they? But people who like musicals didn't watch the first. Do you know what I mean? There's two. It seems like the films are going for two different audiences. Why is your second film a musical? Because I can tell you, people who love that first film don't like musicals.
Yeah.
It's such a weird mix, and it could be really good. And I think it seems like it's probably all going to be in their head because they have like a show, and I feel like it's not going to be real, obviously, and that's how they're going to do the musical bit. But the soundtrack in that trailer is awesome.
Yeah.
With the visuals. And with Joaquin Phoenix. And Lady Gaga is a great singer turned actor.
Yeah.
She is actually like a good one. Like
I'm trying to think. Have I seen a film that she's done?
Star is Born?
No. It's been on my list for ages.
She's in American Horror Story as well, the TV show. She's
she?
very good in that. She was like the main character in season 5, I think.
Let me have a quick look. She's one of those actresses that like every
House
clip
of
of her.
Gucci, yeah.
No, I missed that as well.
I think that's her freak.
I actually don't think I've seen her act yet.
She's genuinely very good. Her House of Gucci is a bit happy, but
I think I've seen all the trailers that she's done. I think conceptually she's a very good actress to me. I'm a big fan of Lady Gaga because she was like, this is something I always remember this every 6 months or something. But Lady Gaga, right? My mum bought her first DVD, so I was like, I don't want to say I'm a Lady Gaga day one fan, but 2008, I think it was called The Fame, her first album, something like that. But I remember having that album on repeat, and I knew all the lyrics to all the songs, and I had like choreography for it as well.
Damn, that's gay as mate.
Yeah. Right? And that made up like a whole year of my life, and I just sort of blocked that out of my memory. But
wild.
That's deep in me somewhere. You play Lady Gaga Poker Face, and I'll be
busted out.
I will transform. Yeah.
No, but it looks good. It does look good. I'm quite excited for it. I didn't realise it's so soon.
Yeah, November, isn't it?
Yeah, didn't realise it's so soon.
Is it 4th of November?
Yeah. So.
Sorry, 4th of October.
Yeah.
October, sorry, yeah. It was funny because it dropped on the 10th of April.
And did you see the,
Yeah. It's funny. The American dates always
yeah,
throw me
this is
off.
exactly the
Really annoying as well.
Oh my god, it's out next month or whatever.
Just on like an admin level, it's so irritating. Like when you're trying to reference things for assignments, I've always got to check like when did this actually release? And sometimes it's not clear. You're like, I don't know.
I don't know what this date is. Yeah. Stupid. No, it looks good. It looks fun. The cinematography is beautiful in it. I'm quite excited for it, and I think it might be a chance that Lady Gaga gets an Oscar for that. I think. Honestly,
yeah,
because the first one, Joaquin won, didn't he? So,
I think Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic. He's really, really good. Even in Napoleon,
he is good in Napoleon,
which we were mixed on, but I enjoyed it. Yeah. Is there any other film news of note? Should we have a quick look?
I think so. Transformers 1. There's another Transformers film coming out.
Yeah.
Like I said, Saw 11 has been delayed significantly.
They revealed the logo for the Transformers film, didn't they?
Yeah. Honestly, other than that, Smile 2, the horror film.
Margot Robbie producing
Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly, and she's Sims. Yeah. What?
Why is she now toy brand producer? What's that?
Margot Robbie's better than that.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. Maybe she just enjoys the challenge of taking something that people don't expect to be good and making it really good. But I'm like, why?
Don't risk it.
Yeah.
Sims, I kind of get.
But what's the storyline
Monopoly.
in Sims? That's just life.
Yeah, right. If I want to do that, I'll just live. But Monopoly, what on earth is that film going to be?
I have no idea.
Landlords the film, like no clue.
Just quickly, I saw the trailer for Speak No Evil yesterday with James McAvoy. Looks very creepy. I think it's it's a remake of another one that happens in I think a couple years ago. Also, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin live action film is in the works. So
R-rated once again, sequel.
Interesting. Not sure what to expect from that, but
It's quite famous. The Ronin stuff with the not evil, but the hardcore Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
okay,
yeah,
cool.
There we go.
Let's get into the first of our reviews. Should we do Scoop?
Let's go for it. We're going to talk about Scoop. So Scoop, this is a Netflix original film. The director of it is Philip Martin. Nothing significant on his roster so far. It's currently sitting at around a 7 on IMDb, which is surprisingly good. The show features stars Billy Piper, Gillian Anderson, and Connor Swindles. I'd say they're the main actors from that. Who plays...
Rufus Sewell, is that?
Yeah, Rufus Sewell plays... Wow, he looks really different, doesn't he, out of the makeup? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Rufus Sewell plays Prince Andrew. Essentially, it's just taking a recreation with, obviously, creative liberties of the whole Prince Andrew, Jeffrey Epstein interview thing. Yeah, interesting. I wasn't particularly excited. The only reason I saw it is because I just was too busy doing other stuff that I missed my showing for a film that I was going to go see and knew I had to review something for the podcast today, basically. But I was kind of surprised. It was enough to sit there and watch, actually. It does just feel like super English. So it does feel like a bit of a BBC film. It's obviously not, it's Netflix, but feels like it could be a Channel 4 BBC kind of film. Yeah, interesting. I think it's a little too long. It's an hour 40, hour 45, and I think it is a tiny bit too long. But I think it's one of those films that you can chuck on, pay attention to, but you're not too engrossed in it. It's very, like, the way it's done is very good. It's very interesting. It focuses a lot on the journalism side. I wasn't sure if it would, but it is super focused on the team being who Billie Piper plays, of how she gets that interview, and then how they conduct the interview. And it's pretty much solely the whole film is based on that. And the Prince Andrew isn't in it much, really, other than the interview. So,
would you say there's much of a story there then?
This is what I mean. I think it's too long. I think it's a little too long for what it is. You get an opening scene where the photos are taken, and then it skips forward 10 years, and then it's sort of just chugs along with how she finds her interview, gets the connection, plans the interview.
Right.
It's just
this. I mean, maybe it's because I'm on a journalism course, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be interesting. I mean, is it really interesting to see how you get a big budget, like an important interview, or not?
They talk about the whole. They really discuss, and it's a main plot point. Basically, is that at the same time this was happening, the BBC were announcing redundancies.
Yeah.
And obviously, her getting this story so Billie Piper's character getting this story is her way of securing her job, basically.
Right.
She's like super worried about losing her job. They've announced, I think it was like 550 redundancies from the BBC.
Yeah.
They really focus on it. And like her getting this, her whole team is like, you're never going to get this story. You're never going to get this story. It's a waste of our time. Why are you trying to get this? And she gets it. And then at the end, she's mega happy and all this praise. And she's then like, sort of regarded as, oh, wow, she's got this scoop. And there we go. Cue title. But I think for someone who maybe doesn't know how the industry works journalism-wise, it would be fairly interesting. But because we've studied it for 3 years, mate, there's nothing new in it. It's good.
Do they do vox pops at any point? They're cowards. The cowards.
They're cowards, yeah. There you go. If you want a test of your social skills, your confidence, anything, if you want to be like, what kind of person am I? Go to a Vox Pop, guys. Try accost people on the street.
It's the new BuzzFeed quiz. You want to find out what dwarf you are from Snow White. Go and do a Vox Pop and come back to me.
Yeah. I wouldn't wish Vox Pops on my worst enemy, believe me.
No. They are horrible.
Horrid.
That's interesting to hear, though. When I heard that it was coming out, because there's been quite a few topical... I think it is mainly by the BBC, right, or Netflix as well. But there's been a lot of shows. I mean, about COVID as well. There's the NHS. There's been a number of NHS
Boris
ones.
Johnson one, yeah,
that Kenneth Branagh did, right?
Yeah.
Like it seems like every month there's a new one of them, and I wonder what is almost the point in doing stuff like that, because most people that are going to watch it, obviously. It's obviously within living memory, right?
Super recent living memory.
It was like 2 weeks ago for me.
Yeah.
Lockdown, right? It was only just happened. It doesn't... I'm not sure why we're dramatising this stuff that is still very fresh and very raw for people.
Yeah.
And this was such a meme, this 2019 interview.
The Pizza Express thing, yeah.
It really was like... People were just baffled by it. It was so insane. Like, it was the headline news for about a month afterwards, right? Like... Yeah, it was so odd and bizarre. And I don't know why, because you can find this whole interview, I'm sure, on iPlayer or on YouTube. I'm not sure why we need
this
Americanized version of it. I'm not sure, but...
This is the thing, when they produce shows on old stuff, I know it's obviously in completely different caliber, but when HBO did, like, Chernobyl show, that makes sense because that was in testing my things now, was that the 60s? Oh, I don't know when Chernobyl was. But it's a distant thing. When they do The Crown, right? Season 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to around the 90s, it's so distant, and there was no social media, and there was no fully broadcasted all the time. So that sort of stuff, people, I think, are missing links. People don't know the full story. So you can produce a TV show, you can produce a film on that subject, and it's warranted, it's valid. You're producing a show on COVID. We all lived it. I know everything that happened. It was fully over the internet and the TV. Same with this. I know what happened because I was there watching it. Like, I'm sure they're probably going to produce a Meghan Markle and Harry show, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
I know it. I know what happened, so I don't need to watch it. I think, like, if you give it 10 years, 20 years, you could make a show on this and it would probably be, oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
But because it's so recent and I remember everything from it, and everyone does, it just doesn't feel warranted. It feels a bit, what was the point?
Yeah, who's this for? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also like the issue that satire's run into at the moment, with politics especially, it's become so comedic at points. There's not, like, nothing you can say is funnier than what the actual politicians are saying. Totally. So, and it's a similar case to this. Like, you could have a comedian play Prince Andrew and you'd still laugh more at the actual man.
Yeah, totally. It loses its because as we were watching it, we were like, oh wow, did he actually say this shit?
Yeah.
And then we got up the interview and we were laughing at the interview rather than the film. Like, if I can watch the interview verbatim, why don't I just go watch the interview verbatim? I don't need to watch this dramatized TV show or film.
Fun fact though, when I went for a tour around Global in Leicester Square, which is where like Heart, Radio X, Capital is all based, we had a little behind the scenes. We couldn't go in because they were recording a podcast, but I saw through a window and a door Emily Maitlis herself.
Oh, nice.
Recording a podcast, which is quite cool.
That's kind of cool, I think, that because I feel like Emily Maitlis is like a very well-known journalist, but she still seems like a normal person. So to then have Gillian Anderson portray her on a film is kind of insane. Imagine like being like, oh my God, right? Gillian Anderson's portraying me in a film. Because I don't think she's not like, Emily Maitlis is not super famous she's not a celebrity of any kind. So
no,
imagine
she could probably do I'm a Celeb.
Yeah,
she
right.
Could go in the jungle
totally
or do Dancing on Ice.
She probably has, yeah. But how much imagine being like, oh my God, Gillian Anderson's portraying me in a film. What? Like,
it's
Gillian Anderson's always a pleasant thing in a film, isn't she? She's always good.
I've still not seen Sex Education, but I always think whenever someone mentions Gillian Anderson, I instantly go to Pegasus in Johnny English Reborn. That's my touch for.
Have you seen
Gillian.
X-Files? No, that's too
No.
scary, isn't it? Yeah, no.
All right.
No, but it's scary. That isn't this.
That's too
X-Files
scary for you,
actually is
Adam.
Scary. Some of X-Files is very scary, but yeah, that's where she I think that's where she started, and she's good in that.
Great. Interesting. So
Yeah, a weird one.
Watch or not really?
I'd say to a general viewer, it would be good enough to pop on a Sunday while you're making your roast, and you keep going in and out of the room.
Have a little chuckle to yourself.
Yeah,
like remember that.
I think it's just one to flip on, but it's number 1 on Netflix at the minute, and reviews are at about 7. So
Fair enough. So, the new film from Alex Garland, who listeners might know for being the director and writer of Ex Machina and other things. I think Ex Machina is the only film I've seen of his, but he did Men a couple years ago, and...
I think he's like co-written a lot of stuff as well. I think he did
Sunshine.
28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later with Danny Boyle.
Interesting, okay.
I think he's done a lot of like writing in like British films and stuff. But yeah, likewise, the only thing I've seen 28 Days in that. But the only thing where he's super prominent and the actual writer in that is Ex Machina.
Yeah, I think I watched that 2019 sort of time. Again, it was a film that was on my watch list for a while. Stars Oscar Isaac and Donald Gleeson. Like that pairing alone of actors I love. So yeah, really enjoy that film. It's very it's quite funny. I remember enjoying it. Like it's not too scary, I wouldn't say. It's pretty
It's a bit thrillery, isn't it? A bit tense.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he takes some of that energy and multiplies it by 5 and puts it into Civil War. So basically Civil War, rated 15, and it's only an hour and 50, which surprised me. I thought it was longer than that. Paced very well as well. I thought it was very snappy. I think it was a little bit slow at the start, but I didn't mind it. So it's also very journalism focused, and I think it suffers from being a little bit mismarketed. So those initial trailers that came out, you know, you've got the scene with Jesse Plemons like saying, well, what kind of American are you, and that sort of thing. It feels very standoffish, and there's loads of shots of helicopters flying through and the White House getting nuked, and not nuked but bombed and stuff.
I mean, it's called Civil War.
Yeah. And like, I mean, the poster itself is of snipers sitting
in the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, on the torch, right?
Yeah.
That's not in the film. So I think it is misleading, and you might go into it thinking, right, I'm ready to see a cool, badass American war.
I'm expecting a bit sort of Purge almost, like the Purge films, where it's a bit sort of...
It isn't like that. And when I heard this going in, and I heard that sort of... I think reception had been mixed.
Yeah, pretty meddling.
It had been like this situation in America, which it depicts and predicts. It is very polarised, the reception of this film. And I think people have either really loved it or found it quite underwhelming. And it depends on what you expect going in. And I think the vast majority of people have expected a war film, right? That's not what this is. It focuses on a sort of ragtag team of journalists starring Kirsten Dunst. She's sort of a very successful photojournalist and war photographer, but she goes into these war scenarios, and her whole sort of rationale for her career and for her success is that she's taking photos from wars in other countries, and as like a warning, saying this is what we need to avoid because look how bad this is. And then, of course, in this film, it's put in America, and she's just lost all hope. And you can really see that at the start of the film, she's kind of very emotionless, like almost a little bit wooden. But at the end, she has like a breakdown, and it feels very visceral. Like I think there are points in this film where I thought, Kirsten, you're not really doing much here. You're just sort of looking a little bit grumpy and like not saying anything and just sort of scowling. But actually, I think it's very realistic to perhaps how journalists would be given her character's career, and the situation that they're in. I thought it was a very grounded film, and it really did grabbed me. Like it was very, very tense. But it also stars Wagner Moura, who people will know for playing Pablo Escobar in Narcos. I know him for playing Death in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Also great in here. Kind of unlikable. The character's quite gung ho and sort of he's having a bit of fun with it. He's a bit of a maverick, I think. Kaylee Spaney's in it from Priscilla. She's playing this young, budding photojournalist who's very much out of her depth, but she manages to tag along. Nick Offerman is the president. He's quite fun. And then you've got Stephen McKinley Henderson as well, who was in Dune Part 1, but cut from Dune Part 2. He's a very recognisable actor, though. He's done a few things in recent years, I think. And then Jesse Plemons is also in that as this. I don't think they ever actually state what allegiance he's from, but he's just this sort of redneck, very stone cold man with a gun, basically. So that's the sort of core cast involved. And it's not clear about when it's set, but it's sort of like a near future for America, and it's very topical and quite disturbing to see what could very realistically happen, given how polarized the US is at the moment. But I think overall, so a bit of context for the way I saw this film, saw it in iSense. I just thought that would be appropriate, given that I was like, it still might be a war film. We'll see. And there is certainly action in it, so I think iSense is, see it on a big screen. It's definitely worth it. And the screening I went for was like 8:20, and it's very busy. It was Thursday night, so it was the opening night for the film, and there's a real buzz as well. Like when the trailers were on, people were making jokes. Like it was a lot of people, probably uni student age, that kind of maybe 20 to 40 year olds, right? That was the kind of demographic there. And they all seemed pumped. They were very excited for it. And it was just a good atmosphere, I think, which I haven't had in the cinema for a while, actually. And pretty much full as well. So it's good to see. And almost from the first 10 minutes onwards, it was silence. You could hear a pin drop. And that's not because I don't think, people weren't bored. They were absolutely just like I was holding my breath. It's so tense, some of these scenes. And I thought the angle of having it from photojournalist is an interesting one, because it asks a lot of ethical questions about that profession, and the sort of mindset of just civilians in the war. Because I think had they gone for a focus on just the militaristic side of things, it would have maybe felt a bit less rounded, maybe. It would have just been a war film, which I don't think maybe would have felt as unique.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of another film. I'm sure there's plenty, but I don't think I've seen, certainly not in recent years, a film like this that focuses on journalists in such a perilous scenario. But I really thought, again, because I've studied it for a while now, I thought it was really impactful. And we've seen images like you and I of famous photojournalists. Like I'm really bad, I can't remember their names, but like there's that lady who's very famous for doing war photography, and she's got like the eye patch.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but it definitely feels like this is what someone like that would have gone through. And overall, I was really, really impressed. I was very, very gripped by it. I think it's a very, very sobering film. And yeah, I'd rewatch it. I think I'd give it a couple, 2-3 years. But yeah, I love it. I think it's really, really good.
Do you think it had more of an effect on you because you study journalism?
I think definitely.
That's interesting, because Scoop's the opposite. If you study journalism or know journalism, you don't need to watch this, but potentially Civil War. Yeah, that's quite interesting.
You might get a bit more of an enjoyment out of it. I mean, for context, I mean, we're both doing a film podcast right now, so I would rather go into doing film journalism, right? And in case I ever wanted to be a war photographer, this has put me off. It's an interesting one because it makes the case for why there should be photojournalists. It makes the case for why there needs to be someone witnessing this. But the dangerous situations that they get into, mad. And the way that the film ends, there's it's very brisk. And when there are moments of action, I think it's very well done. So the sound mixing in this, I thought was particularly good. They have pop music that sort of comes in, not pop music, but funky kind of tunes that just hit after someone gets shot, and it's like really, it's an odd dynamic. Like it plays a lot with contrast quite well, and yeah, when the action scenes do happen, is very good. So the opening scene after like the speech from the president, you have this brawl just in the middle of an American high street, and you just see. This is when Kirsten Dunst's character first meets Kaylee Spaney's character, and they're both there, but Spaney's character isn't prepped at all. She hasn't got high vis on. She's just where the camera. She gets hit by one of the attackers, or by a baton or something. She runs off, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, we've just hit a journalist. Whoops, didn't mean to do that." And then there's a little like connection between them two. Like they're both. She recognizes her, and then it's like a nice dynamic, like a weird sort of cold meeting, because she's like, "What are you doing here? You're completely underprepared. Get out of here." And she gives her. It doesn't have the character names for those actresses, so I'm really struggling. I'm just gonna have to say Dunster's character, but she gives her the high vis to Kaylee Spaney's character. But yeah, it's a nice little interaction there. But then, like seconds later, you see someone run in with a big American flag, just run fully into the crowd, and then an explosion happens, and it like zooms out, and it's just a proper like mass casualty situation. And she saves Kaylee Spaney's character, like dives behind the car nearby, and from that moment on, it's then silent for about a minute. And I thought that was like, again, this is the moment where I was like, okay, everyone is locked into this. It is silent. You don't hear any noise. It's like your ears have just been blasted. Like I'm glad they went for the silent choice and not that, like, you know, in like the No Time to Die that you get. It's such a cliche. But that was the moment that grabs me. I was like, okay, it's this. Like, this is not messing around. It's just adamant and deliberate. And yeah, it was really cool. You don't hear any noise apart from the shutters of the camera. And it was perfect. Very artistically done. And I thought it was just really sobering. I think sobering is the word for it.
It's interesting that your main criticism then is that just it's mismarketed, basically.
Absolutely. I don't know why they've done it, because I think the third act, it really does, because it's so grounded, you're very invested in the film, and it doesn't really care too much about the setup of what political sort of fallout actually happened. It's not concerned with that side of things.
Yeah, it doesn't even tell you, does it?
It doesn't really tell you particularly which side is right or wrong. It doesn't really say which side is which at any point. I
think it's obviously on purpose, isn't it? Because the whole point is that, isn't it, California have joined up with Texas, and those
it's
two
the Western
sides
forces
are completely opposing currently. So I think what I've seen is that the whole reason he did that is because he didn't want to make an actual statement on the current day, because I think it's quite based on the Democrat side are the ones who do a lot of bad stuff in it. So I think he's obviously chosen to stay away from actual real life comparisons, kind of. But then again, isn't Nick Offerman basically just a Trump ripoff?
Yeah, kind of. It's
it's difficult. It's weird, but yeah, it's interesting.
It's kind of vague, but
he's not in it much either, right? That's another mark.
No, he's got about 11 lines, maybe.
Yeah,
he's in it right at the start and right at the end.
He's on the red carpet for this film.
Yeah,
he's the main character. Same with
I really like Nick Offerman. I think he's great. So it was nice that I think that's good casting for what he has to do. He's not in it much, like I say, but when he is, he feels authoritative. Yeah, I liked him. I should have said, but it basically is less of a war film, more of a road trip, because these journalists, they're trying to get from New York to Washington DC, but because the infrastructure is just shot, they've got to take like a real long way around. It's like 800, I think, miles or 800 kilometers, something like that. Yeah, whichever way the Americans measure it, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's very good. It's like kind of it shows just moments and interactions that they have, the brutality of it all. But the standout scene for me is when they bump into Jesse Plemons' character, which is about 2/3 of the way through. And then from there on out, it really is like, this is serious. Like it's very, very good in the last third. Yeah, but Jesse Plemons is just, it creates such a tense atmosphere, and the noise of like every gunshot. Like sometimes you watch a film and you don't really register the death of a character, right? But in this film, it really hits home with the photography. Like everything feels like a snapshot, and it feels meaningful. It's like that's captured, that happened. It's very punctuated, I think, which is nice. But this particular scene with Jesse Plemons, you know exactly how it's going to go, but it doesn't matter. You're like, the sound design, the shot of the gun is so loud, like it's such a tense, and then like all the characters start reacting to this thing that's just happened, and it's great. It's such a standout scene.
In the couple of reviews I've seen, that's literally what I'm seeing constantly, is that the Jesse Plemons is the standout, even though he's not in it much. The one scene or whatever where he's in it, the section with him is the bit where
it feels so real. You're like, this is definitely this could definitely happen in like 5 years' time, and that's what is really scary about it. But it is odd, because I was thinking this when I came out the cinema. Why is it that this is particularly hit home? Because you could watch the news and see things like this happening in Gaza and happening in, Ukraine, right? And in the Middle East, it's happening all the time, for real. But the fact that you sort of see it contextualized in a country that you're more familiar with and feels close to the UK as well, particularly, it contextualizes it in a much easier way.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because it feels almost, I feel guilty that it's taken this for me to realise how bad this could be. But it shouldn't be the case, because we've already got photojournalists doing this stuff in countries right now that's real.
Yeah, for the past.
Like, I should be looking
years,
at that and having the same reaction. So that's on me. I should engage more with it. But I think if that has this effect, and it really makes people think, oh my God, this is horrific, then I think that's a good thing. It's a shame that they're not already feeling like that. But I think sometimes that is the power of a film, that it can make you feel so viscerally affected by it. And, I felt really anxious after it. I was like, oh, I just need to go home and stick some Star Wars on, right? But yeah, I could talk about it for a while, but I feel like I've rambled enough. Really good, solid. I think it was at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's dropped to 84, but
still high.
I understand why people would maybe feel cheated by it, or maybe a bit underwhelmed, but I think there's enough in it. Like, the action is really impactful, and I think what is there is very good. They could have maybe dived into a couple of things a bit deeper. They could have explained it a little bit more, like the context of it, but then I don't know. I think there's enough that's hinted at. I think it's not the point of the film to make a statement that's sweeping or anything. I think the point of the film is just to say, we've got to avoid this at all costs, because look at how brutal it is. And I think for that reason it does a good job. I think you can look at the headlines and then make up your own decision about it, and that's quite a nice aspect of the film.
And now we're heading over to Kane's Corner.
Good morning, Alfie. How are you doing?
Not too bad, Michael. Sound a bit under the weather today.
I got a little bit of a stuffy nose.
Oh, bless you.
I didn't sneeze.
How was the journey in today, Michael?
Well, to be honest, Alfie, I would normally get a taxi.
Right.
But I looked outside and the weather was so gorgeous, I just had to cycle in.
Cycling? Lovely. BMX or like a road bike?
Don't be ridiculous. It was a penny farthing.
Oh, lovely. Glad to hear it.
Got my knees just really working there.
Yeah, I bet.
It was absolutely lovely.
Are you going to read us another little page from your book, Michael?
You know I will. I've got a little article here that I think you will like here from my book, Blowing the Bloody Doors Off. Okay.
Available in all good bookstores now.
And some bad ones as well. Just a little extract here, but here we go. Even when I play Scrooge in The Muppet Christmas Carol,
this is the page I've been waiting for.
I did my research. You have to play comedy seriously. That's what makes it funny. So I played Scrooge straight, as though I was playing him for the Royal Shakespeare Company at the National Theatre. I researched him by watching CNN and following the trials and tribulations of all the Wall Street cheats and embezzlers of the time. There were plenty of them, as there always seemed to be. More generally, I observe people all the time. In the early days, I was on the bus and the tube. Now, it's in restaurants, at the airport, in the doctor's waiting room. But wherever and whenever it is, I'm looking out for mannerisms, listening in for turns of phrase, and watching how people respond to each other. Not just the obvious, I'm seeing whether I can discover something new. Over the years, I have become an expert at reading body language. I remember in the 1960s when Russian agents were being discovered all over the British establishment. Kim Philby was being interviewed on television, and journalist said, "Answer me truthfully, are you a Russian spy?" Philby turned his gaze down into his lap, then up again, looked the interviewer straight in the eye and said, "No." "He's lying," I said to myself. He put his head down to get his face ready to prepare the correct face of innocence. If he had been telling the truth, he would not have needed to do that, and he would have just said no. And I was right.
Wow, you should work for the FBI or something like MI5. You're good at telling a liar.
Yeah, I am.
That went on a real tangent as well, starting about Muppets and then ended up on spotting.
That's just the way I write my books. I like to keep my readers on their toes. But also, I heard that you were talking about journalism films, so I thought that journalism stuff from me would be quite interesting.
Pretty relevant, yeah. What's your favourite Muppet?
My favourite Muppet is probably Gonzo the Great.
Lovely, okay.
Because with his big nose, he'd probably speak a little bit like this, like he's got a little bit of a blocked up nose, especially when he was playing Charles Dickens. Being out in that cold with that rat. You should never go out in the cold with a rat, especially with a rat, because rats actually carry a lot of natural-born diseases.
Oh, thank you, Michael. Thanks for the wisdom.
That's all right. Anytime. Right. Now, speaking of health advice, I'm actually late for my NHS appointment. I'm only kidding. I go private. I'll see you soon. Sorry about that, listeners. You right?
Yeah, all good, thanks. All good, Adam.
Good. Didn't miss anything.
No, nothing at all. Did you know Michael Caine's favourite Muppet is Gonzo the Great?
No, if I had to guess, though, I'd probably guess Gonzo, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
Michael also should work for MI5.
Oh, yeah?
Spoke about how he can spot a Russian spy a mile away.
Really?
Yeah, interesting.
That's quite good. He's sort of wasted in his career then, isn't he?
Yeah, right? Shit actor, because should be a spy.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody case open. That's quite a good impression from me.
Yeah, right? Wow.
Oh, let me try and do that again. You're only supposed to blow the bloody case open.
No.
I can't do it.
One time thing.
Oh, well, first time for everything.
Should we do a game, Adam?
Yeah, let's do a game.
We're going to play a game of this or that, Adam.
Okay.
I'm going to give you two things. You've got to choose. Instinctual. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
This or that. Jurassic Park or Jurassic World?
Jurassic Park.
Steven Spielberg or George Lucas?
Spielberg.
Robert Downey Jr. or Robert De Niro?
Downey Jr.
Infinity War or Endgame?
Infinity War.
Peter Serafinowicz as Kitchen Gun or Peter Serafinowicz as Did I Ask You Though?
Kitchen Gun.
Michael Caine or Richard E. Grant?
No. Michael Caine.
Christopher Nolan or David Fincher?
Nolan.
Starbucks or Costa?
Starbucks.
Chris Pratt or Chris Hemsworth?
Pratt.
Miss Piggy or Yoda?
Yoda.
Two Frank Oz characters at the end there.
I like that. That's nice.
Nice. Let's go through them, shall we? Jurassic Park or Jurassic World? Yeah, Jurassic Park. Good choice. Spielberg or Lucas? I would also go Spielberg, as much as I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
Downey Jr. or De Niro? Yeah, fair enough. Infinity War or Endgame? Yeah, Infinity War is the superior film. It's fan servicey and fun as Endgame is, but
On the Downey Jr. De Niro, I'm going to get raps for that. I just haven't seen enough De Niro.
yeah.
I'm well aware De Niro is probably definitely the better actor. But
Kitchen Gun or Did I Ask You Though?
I like that sketch, don't get me wrong, but I think
Kitchen Gun is
feels
more,
a little bit...
yeah.
a little bit...
One and done,
racist.
isn't it?
Yeah.
a little bit racist.
They do it quite a lot. But I think the kitchen gun is great. Like,
yeah, Kitchen Gun is like memeable. Yeah.
I love you, kitchen gun. Bang, 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 and the dirt is gone. Look at it, all clean again. There is an air of who talks like that? Sorry, let me think. It's like the weird kind of I can't think. Not like Jeremy Clarkson, but there's a tinge of someone in there. I can't think who it is.
Michael Caine or Richard E. Grant?
I went for Kane.
Yeah. I think Caine's more, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think this is kind of like the Goldblum Hanks question almost, where Richard E. Grant is more funny to us, but overall Caine is superior. Nolan or Fincher? Yeah, Nolan for sure for me. And you chose Nolan too there. Starbucks or Costa? Yeah, Starbucks. Good choice, Adam.
Costa does the better hot drinks.
You think?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, hang on, let me think. I'm quite indifferent, but I do think Starbucks is better on the whole.
I would say so. Starbucks do some good cold drinks.
Yeah.
Pratt or Hemsworth? You chose Pratt.
Controversial potentially, but I think I'm a big fan of Chris Pratt. I know he's probably overcast at the moment, but yeah.
As Garfield, yeah. Gonna review that one, are we? That's out next.
Yep, yeah.
Piggy or Yoda? Two Frank Oz characters there.
It's
Yoda.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't really like Miss Piggy. She's not.
Miss Piggy can't use the Force, can she? So
yeah, right. No, good choices there, Adam. Well done.
Thank you. Correct ones. The correct answers.
Yeah, the correct answers.
Do you want to go as well?
Yeah.
This is, as far as I know, an original idea because normally we steal our games, but this one, I mean, it's definitely been done before. I don't know. I've not personally seen this, but this is Higher or Lower, a game that's never been played in history before.
So true.
I imagine you could probably play this with a game of cards. I reckon Anton Deck could host it. But here we go. I've got 5 films here. I think I'll go for the order that they're in. You've got to tell me whether the budget for them, according to Google, so I don't know how accurate this is going to be, but this is from what it says on the Google about the film, right? Tell me if the budget was higher or lower than the previous one.
Okay.
So to start us off, they're all quite big films. So to start us off, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring has a budget apparently of $93 million, which sounds criminally low.
Yeah, wow.
Let me just...
I mean, that was in 2000 and...
Oh, yeah, I don't know if it's adjusted for inflation or anything.
No, don't do injustice. It becomes too difficult then.
Yeah, let's just use...
do the straight up ones, yeah.
Let's just do higher or lower than 93.
Yeah.
The next film I've got is Avengers Assemble from 2012.
Yeah, higher, for sure.
Do you want to take a stab at how much it was?
No, I can't even picture. Go on.
It was $220 to $225 million.
Okay.
Yeah. Over 3 times as much, which is kind of mad.
Yeah.
Well, no. Over.
Yeah,
there we go. Shit, fix that in the edit. Okay. So after Avengers Assemble let's go for $225 million, we've got Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Ooh.
Higher or lower?
I'm going to go lower, maybe only by the 2.5. So maybe Phantom Menace is around 190, 200.
115 million, apparently.
Wow, quite a bit lower.
Yeah. That surprised me because coming back to Star Wars really for the first significant thing since the original trilogy, you'd think they'd throw the whole kitchen sink. But,
I'm not going to lie, I think the reason budgets are so high nowadays are because it's all a money laundering thing.
Yeah.
I don't believe that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny costed, how much was that again? That was
300 mil, wasn't it?
I just don't believe it.
Yeah.
I straight up
think
don't believe it.
Do you think it's the budget of getting these actors?
No.
Do you think they're
Harrison
demanding more
Ford's
money?
asking for $1 million. Where's the other 299 million gone?
Yeah.
I think it's money laundering, genuinely. Same with She-Hulk.
Yeah. Money laundering.
Like, I just don't believe it.
You might be right. Yeah.
The money is going somewhere and it's not going on the film. There's no way this film is costing that much to make.
They must have had the most lavish break lunches
Totally.
in the history of cinema.
Craft Services was like a Michelin star restaurant. Like,
they got Gordon Ramsay, Gino D'Acampo, everyone there.
Yeah.
Damn it. Stanley Tucci selling pans.
Youth Only Wooking Store.
So yeah, you're on the money so far.
So Phantom Menace with a budget of 115.
Yeah. Up next, Ready Player One, which is the Spielberg film
one
from 2018, I want to say. Yeah. Never seen that. Don't know if it's any good. Good cast, though. Mark Rylance. Simon Pegg's in it, apparently.
Yeah, higher.
Ben Mendelsohn. Higher, yep, correct. It was, this will surprise you, 155 to 175 million.
Yeah, I think most
Very
of that,
CGI heavy, isn't it?
yeah, and it's all cameos.
Yeah.
It's probably on the rights of the characters as well.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, like Godzilla's in it, I think.
Godzilla,
Chucky's in it. at some
Kong,
point.
Chucky, all the horror things.
The DeLorean, speaking of Back to the Future.
Insane amount of it's literally Easter egg the film.
Yeah, they should have renamed it. Okay, after that, we've got last one, Jurassic Park. Can we make it Full House? Higher or lower than $155 million?
I'm gonna say just lower.
Quite a bit lower.
Really?
You're right, though. $63 million.
Wow. How do
Yeah.
they make a film for that much money? And then
Don't know.
wow.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Just money isn't real when it gets to 300 million.
No.
You're telling me someone is wiring every dollar of
Yeah.
it's not real.
Who's counting that at that
No,
point?
that's what I mean.
There must have been a mistake on that Excel sheet. They must have had a formula in place somewhere.
Yeah, I just don't believe. Indiana Jones didn't even have any CG, did it?
The cast isn't even like outside of Harrison Ford, Mads
Phoebe
Mikkelsen,
Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Who else is there in that cast?
No one.
Puss in Boots, like
Yeah. It's insane. Yeah, Antonio Banderas is in it for half hour randomly. John Rhys Davis, he ain't asking for much.
Jones, follow me. I have Puss in Boots.
He's so out of character because you think it's going to be someone from the previous 3 films.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's go meet my
I'm
friend.
gonna meet my old friend.
Who's going to be
He's gonna
like,
help me through this
you know,
situation.
Willie from Temple of Doom or like Short
Ke Huy
Round.
Quan,
Why wasn't
yeah.
it Ke Huy Quan? No, it's Antonio Banderas.
If Indiana Jones had come out a year later,
it would be Ke Huy Quan.
it would have been Ke Huy Quan.
Yeah,
I'd put
billion
money on
percent.
it.
Billion, yeah. I would, yeah.
I put the budget. I put $300 million on that.
You're so right because it was exactly when he started getting popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are so right. If it was made a year later,
Watch them do a short round spin-off in like 2 years' time.
honestly, wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't think.
It'd be great, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? It'd be the most feel-good thing ever.
I feel like it would be like the Jeff Goldblum world, according to Jeff Goldblum's
Yeah.
show, where it's just like,
Yeah.
what? What's going on?
Team, I'm always thinking of like fantasy casts, right? So most people are like, oh, who's your Dream 11 football team, I'm thinking, what's my dream, like, top 6 film
cast.
right?
Jeff Goldblum, Ke Huy
I'd love
Quan.
Goldblum, Ke Huy Quan. Let's throw in Nicolas Cage. That's already a great trio. Put in
Green Blunt rotation.
Michael Caine.
Richard E. Grant.
Yeah, that's up to 5. Who else? Are we rounding out? Maybe Florence Pugh. There you go, just for a bit of
Christopher Walken.
Christopher. Timothy Chalamet.
Wild.
Oh man. Although, and imagine this might be a TikTok that you might see on the Moving Up thing, but I was thinking of a sketch of doing Nicolas Cage, Keanu Reeves. Who else was it? Let me check this. I don't want to reveal the secret. Someone will do this sketch before I get to it. And I'll be like, damn. But let me check. This was going to be... Here we go. Keanu Reeves, Nicolas Cage and Austin Butler in a cafe together. Can you imagine? Like... Yeah, so what do you want to buy from the Costa? That's Nicolas Cage. And then Keanu Reeves will be like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm thinking I'm going to get a frappe.
Your throat's going to kill it at the end of this sketch. It's just like,
And then you've got Austin Butler, and it's like,
Austin.
yeah, I'm thinking of I might get a cold iced latte and maybe some chai tea latte. And who else could you throw in there? I'm trying to think. Is there another actor like that?
Throaty, yeah.
Richard E. Grant, if he hams it up a little bit, just for the sake of. Yes, well, I just. It sounded a bit like Darth Sidious. I just love a bloody good Costa. Just rambunctious. It's just ridiculous. Okay, guys, I need you all to PayPal me all this money.
Venmo.
I played Dracula.
Oh, the bees.
No, killing me is not going to bring back your freaking honey.
Oh, the
How to get burned, how to get burned.
I hate bees. The bees.
He's having like a honey line. Yeah. He's got something. He's trying to cure it. He's getting a bit of honey. He's like, no, not the bees. He takes a sip of his drink too quick. He's like, how to get burned? How to get burned? It's so good.
If we still did the Instagram clip.
Keanu Reeves goes off the toilet and he's like, he comes back. He's like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
I'm Austin.
Austin's waiting for his drink patiently. He just sat there like nodding his head, like listening to Elvis on the radio.
The bees.
Latte for Austin. Oh, thank you very much. Oh dear.
If we still did the Instagram clips, that would be this week's.
Honestly, we might need to animate this. Oh, give me time after my dissertation turned in. I'll make that an animation.
Wow, Jesus,
that would break the box office. That'd be higher than any budget ever seen. Oh man, good fun. Well, that has been Moving Up.
Thanks for listening.
Episode 17.
17.
Yes.
Uploads may be a little sporadic over the next 4 weeks. We have our disc due in pretty much exactly a month. Pretty much exactly a month. So I think it's unlikely there'll be one every Friday. But after the 15th of May, we'll be back on full form with our episodes every week.
Yeah.
Season 1 is over, if you will. Season 2 is about to begin.
Yes, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever.
Yes.
There's going to be recurring characters, i.e. the hosts.
Yeah.
No one's been fired yet. Michael Caine, I guess, if he's still up for pissing about with us, he can come on again, I guess. Yeah. Not that I ever bloody see him. Well, if you want to get in touch with the show, though, send it. This is a fun one. Send in your dream cast. Give us, should go 4 actors that you'd love to see.
Love to film together. Yeah, good one.
If you want to go into detail, if you want it to be an action film or a rom-com, let us know.
If you want to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, we're at MovieOnUp. If you want to email in, like Adam just asked, we're movieonuppod@gmail.com.
Brilliant. Lovely stuff.
Lovely stuff.
Oh.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Sounds good. See you then.
The bees!
The bees! Not the honey!
Get them out!
Throw in Winnie the Pooh as well. Where's the honey?
Where's the honey? Bobby, where's the honey?
Yogi Bear. Boo-boo, we need to get those picnic baskets. Right, that's enough. Let's go home.